Hi, everybody. Welcome to Psalms 40 Project. My name is Edel, and this is my husband, Junior. And last week we went over process 4, which I talked about crossroads, identifying the core issues and finding the behaviors that we need to change, getting to the core of what the issues are. Today, we are going to go over process 5 really, really quick. So it is values. What is important? So one of the goals that we're going to go over today is to understand that your purpose, my purpose, is to glorify God, and that we do this by investing our life into what is important to Him, not myself, not yourself. And so part of the evidence of being born again is that you have this urge and desire to glorify Him. The Bible tells us that all creation was created to glorify Him. But what does it really mean to glorify God? I believe it means to serve God by fulfilling His purpose. And it seems that a lot of everything here, like my husband and I were talking just now, the trees, the universe itself, knows their purpose except for us. God created us to make a choice, to have the freedom to choose, the free will. And it's like an ant. That was one of the examples that it gave. An ant doesn't whine if it doesn't have a job. Soldier ants know what they got to do. And for some reason, we don't ever really know what our purpose is. The Bible tells us that we're very unique, and one of the things about that, though, the downfall is that we have such a free will until we mess up. And then we get mad when God isn't answering us, or if we hurt somebody, we get upset because God's not healing that person at the right time, at the right moment. So Junior, what would you say, I guess, what is the main point as far as like, how does it affect our purpose?
Well, I think some of the things that you're talking about right now is you were saying how, when that, we need to glorify God in the things that we do. Well, one of the problems I feel is, when we're wounded within our giftedness. So, like, let's just say if my, if what if God gave me a gift, the gift of singing, which He didn't. I wish He did. But let's just say if He gave me the gift of singing, and I really want to use that to glorify God in my singing. Well, what happens though when, if I'm young, if I'm a kid and I'm really loving and enjoying singing to God, singing my Jesus Loves Me song, and then now some other kid says I'm a terrible singer, or man, you should stop singing. You're hurting my ears, and then sometimes we take that as a wound, and we no longer want to do something that God has given us a gift of doing because, again, we've now been wounded in that gift that we have.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that we can't still glorify God, or that God doesn't want us to use our gift that He's given us to glorify Him. But now we get trapped and we get entangled, in those types of wounds. And then we have a tendency as people to now go and try to fulfill this void that we have. We know we want to do something. We know we have the gift to do it. But
Yeah.
now, since I've been hurt and wounded, I'm going to go do all these other things, X, Y, and Z, to fulfill that void that I'm not feeling. And
Yeah.
what do we fill it with? We fill it with these things that sometimes they're just not good for us. And it doesn't always have to be we're going to use drugs and alcohol, things like that. Sometimes
Yeah.
it's we try to fill that wound with, I'm going to work 80 hours a week, or I'm going to fill my time that way I don't think about this job I hate, or it could be simply just pushing away the people that love us and care about us because, again, it has nothing to do with all those other things. It has everything to do with the wound that I'm feeling, and that I have deep within my heart.
Yeah.
And I would really say, and until we can recognize that and face that head on, we will never really be able to truly use that gift that God has given us for whatever purpose that He's designed us for.
Yeah, that's really good. But, well, thank you all for watching. And when you do go into this, just remember that you have a greater purpose, and our purpose is to give God all the glory.
Yep. Yeah, just remember, some people can be bullies, so don't take it personal if they say you can't sing. All right. Thanks, everybody. We look forward to seeing y'all this week.